Israel. The hunt for the perpetrator of Friday's deadly shooting in central Tel Aviv has entered its fourth day as security forces face mounting pressure to apprehend suspect Nashat Milhem. I-24 News defense correspondent Shai Ben-Ari has the latest on the search.
The manhunt continued Monday for Nashat Milhem, the perpetrator of Friday's attack in central Tel Aviv, which killed 2 people and injured 8 others. Police are still searching areas of Tel Aviv, though the possibility that Milhem may have managed to escape the city is not being ruled out. The working assumption is that Milhem also murdered a taxi driver whose body was found in northern Tel Aviv Friday following the attack. There has been some criticism over police handling the case so far, including the issue of transparency and the lack of information being revealed to the public. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordered the release of recent photos of Milhem over the objections of police, the Shin Bet security service, and his own Minister for Internal Security. Milhem's father has used the media in an attempt to communicate with his son.
I want to address my son. If you are willing to cooperate and call me so that we can settle these matters, I would be very appreciative.
2 of Milhem's brothers are currently in custody as part of the investigation. One was detained Monday morning. He is expected to remain in custody for at least 3 more days. Another brother was detained on Friday following the attack. His attorney was optimistic he could be released by Tuesday.
And with me right now, joining us from central Tel Aviv, is I-24 News defense correspondent Shai Ben-Ari. Shai, you know, Israeli police forces are all over Tel Aviv. Once we are hearing that the units are going to North Tel Aviv, and then we're hearing that they're going to South Tel Aviv. Basically, it seems that the police doesn't know or doesn't understand what it's doing, or maybe it's too complicated and it's not that obvious because he disappeared for now.
Yes, well, it certainly is still disappeared and the searches go on. Just a word on the security services conduct here in Tel Aviv. It's very different, of course, from the situation in Jerusalem, where people are much more used to handling these kinds of incidents, including the citizens themselves, who are often armed. In Tel Aviv, it's a different situation. You can see there's security here on the streets as well. We're talking about, to my left here is the site of Friday's incident, and you can see there are still candles and people paying their respects. To my right, however, here, you can see a bar, which is now a decent capacity, an indication that things are beginning to get back to normal, and indeed a very interesting initiative taken by the Tel Aviv municipality, which has basically urged the bars on the street, on Dizengoff Street, to open and to basically offer drinks at half price, even during the current situation. And we have been talking to people who are out here, including people who have come out to drink. Some of them have actually told us they have mixed feelings about this kind of initiative coming from the city itself, saying that perhaps it's not a great idea for the city to urge people to go out and have a good time while the killer is on the loose. On the other hand, some people are very much behind the initiative. Here's what one man had to say.
I know it's a weird situation. I'm one of those people that heard about this initiative, so I'm here following the 1+1 initiative. I'm very proud of it. I live around the corner here. I was right around the corner when everything happened on Friday. So I'm here to show my support and to show and exhibit that we must continue to live our lives here, our normal daily lives in Tel Aviv. And we're not afraid, and we're all together on this.
Yeah, and yes, 1+1. Shai, a lot of criticism is being said about and is said about the way that the police, the head of the police, Roni El-Sheikh, that was just appointed to his position, is handling this situation. And we are still hearing, let's say, complete silence coming, especially from him.
Right. It has to be said, El-Sheikh, the new police commissioner, is a former high-ranking official in the Shin Bet, and he is perhaps used to a certain method of working where there's perhaps less transparency, less of a need to give the public information, and that has been much of the criticism coming from different sectors of Israeli society, as well as within the police itself. We are hearing certain voices of anonymous officials having certain criticisms of the commander. There's also a lot of criticism over the conduct of the police on Friday, the immediate response to the incident, how long it took for police to reach this location once the incident had taken place. But we're talking about an ongoing search, of course, and so long as they don't find this man, of course, we can expect perhaps more criticism on the way.
Yeah, Shai Ben-Ari, thank you very much. Just don't take the 1+1. Take only the one that they are offering.
Maybe later.
Thank you very much for this.
Well, as long as we had a Chicago-style shootout, why not celebrate it the Chicago-style after Prohibition? Now, an appropriate headline might be, "Search continues for missing police chief. He is armed and dangerous.
Amir.
He was last seen wearing a blue shirt."
Let's hope that Ronnie El-Sheikh is not watching I-24 News now.
Yes, he might barge in any moment and arrest us all. But seriously enough, the initiative was on the side of the perpetrator. He could have prepared a safe house, disguises, food, and the leads, whatever leads there were, are cold by now. So either you can rely on technology. In this case, you cannot, because he threw his phone, which was found by a kid and was taken to her house, and then the police came in. But this is nothing, because the phone was thrown away 2 hours before the murder. Or you can count on human sources. But whoever saw him, passers-by or anyone, up to now did not see him.
A small piece of information that we will give to our viewers is that today Israel also tried to seek the help of the Palestinian Authority for maybe he can be found there.
Yes, one possible avenue for him would be to try and run away either to the West Bank, which is closer to Tel Aviv, or even south to Gaza. It's more difficult there to cross the fence. Yes, but it only goes to show you how desperate the authorities here, because they really have no clue.
Who do you think picked up the phone to Mahmoud Abbas and asked him for help?
Security to security. This is not done Netanyahu to Abbas. This is on the professional level, or at most the coordinator for the territories, General Yoav Mordechai, who has very helpful connections in the Palestinian Authority.
Thank God for Yoav Poli Mordechai.
That's true.
Yes, Amir Oren, thank you very much for this.